Hello, everybody. Today, the time is right. You're here. You made it, and I made it today. And so let's get this show on the road. So, welcome. Come on in, have a seat, and let's get some knowledge transferred back and forth between you and I. So, I am the host and owner of Following the Signs. It's a nonprofit organization. For those who are not aware of my organization, our mission is focused on changing our community by strengthening our people. Our vision is to see all people with the knowledge of herbs. I have a slight crawl in my throat, so you have to forgive me if I seem not to be coming across here. So I am broadcasting in studio live at the beautiful Blot Podcast Network. Blot is a magnificent organization in the business of building business leaders of tomorrow today. And the program is excellent. I highly recommend it. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. I also would like to give you some news that I'm sure you could use. If you're having any problems with your car, take it to Touch Above Auto, located at 2513 Hamilton Avenue, or call 216-862-1841 and ask for Dan. See, this way you'll receive the help that you so desperately deserve. No cutting, no chasing, just help. That's what Dan does. So let's get started. Where's Xavier? Here she is. Xavier is my co-host. She's always on time. What she does is she lets everyone know that there's an announcement to be made. So that's introduction. So that in case we ever do this again, you'll know her. So let's catch up with our announcements today. So, okay, we are gradually growing in numbers, and everyone that comes is invited, and everyone that comes is welcome. And I'm inviting you every Wednesday to stop in at Lucky's Charms and Supply, 6408 St. Clair Avenue, and that's in Cleveland. Or you can call 216-924-8834, and you will get the information that you need to get you in there and to get you started with a program. And what our programs are usually based on is reasons why natural herbs are good for us. And, this program is basically about using herbs to solve a lot of mental illnesses, and that's what we want to do. We want to help with the solving of mental illness, and we know what the best thing is to do it, and that's herbs, because natural herbs are our body's best friend. And eating natural herbs is something like, let's see if I can put it to you in a metaphor. It's like Mike Tyson being in your system, and it's like facing Mike Tyson is like how it would be if disease or infection was in your body and herbs was across from it and across the ring from it. So that's how it would appear, because let's say what herbs do. Let's talk about that. In your body, to fight infection and germs, herbs are used to restore your body and to repair your body's problems, because we all get problems when we eat certain foods and don't eat things that counteract the foods that we eat. And I'd like to let everyone know that that's what this is all about. This is what the nonprofit is all about. It's about giving people the knowledge and walking them through the process and growing and developing natural herbs to help curb mental illness, because there's another way to fight it. And we need to learn all the magnificent ways in life that is given to us. And we need to learn about them so we can use them to curb this problem in our community. And that's what it's all about. So this tends to make it even more important to know that herbs save lives. It's actually saving the human race, and it has always saved the human race as long as we've been here, because they've been here as long as we've been here. So to put it together, let's ask a question. And the first question would be, does herbs make us smarter? So the answer is yes. And it's based on the research that we have extensive data and studies on which we find that herbs decrease certain emotions and increase brain activity. And that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about such herbs as garlic, lavender, cinnamon, chamomile, St. John's wort. And one of the most important herbs. And I brought a guest today, Miss Benita Armstead, to talk about one of the most important herbs is right here. And we're going to get this information and knowledge from Miss Benita Armstead. So let me introduce her. Miss Benita Armstead is an author. She is in the final stages of her book. And she's here to give us a little knowledge that we need to know about herbs. And the show, well, actually, let me tell you a little bit more about her. She's a native of Cleveland, and she's a product of the Cleveland school system. So that lets you know how smart she is, right? Okay. So Miss Armstead, like I say, is in the final stages of her first book. So we can't wait. We can't wait for it. She knows about it all. So she's going to tell us a little bit about some of her knowledge. So welcome to the show, Miss Armstead.
Thank you, Mr. Lucky.
Did you have any trouble getting here today?
Not actually.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Traffic doesn't look too bad. If you'd have been yesterday, we would have all been caught in the rain.
Believe that.
So the first question I'd like to ask you is, how did you learn so much about herbs and their healing effect?
My parents, my sisters, stuff like that. My sister really has a growing finger for her. She loves plants and she loves herbs and stuff like that and things that's good for you and healthy.
That's great. Sisters are so strong. The bond between sisters are so strong. I'm sure that everything that she did, you were right there to learn from her and right there to pick it up.
I sure was.
That's amazing,
Yes.
Miss Armstead. All right. So let me ask you another question here since we're getting on this thing. I'm interested in cloves. You know, I mean, I want you to understand that everything that you say right now, people are really interested in, and they want to know how these herbs can be in their diets and really help them on a daily basis. So clove is one of my interested herbs. So have you come in contact with cloves before in the past?
Sure, I have. Actually, cloves are good for your hair, your skin, digestive system. Actually, it's for men as well, for ED.
Wow, that's good. A lot of guys, there you go, ED, there you go. It's something we can use. Yeah. So when I started this show this morning, well, just a little while ago, I got to a pivotal point where I wanted to make sure that I got the right question to ask you. And it's a real amazing thing. So I'm inviting any of our audience, any individual, to have a discussion with me in person or on the phone on any topic pertaining to natural herbs. And if I can send you over to Miss Armstead too for more insight and information. You can just call me at that number, 216-924-8834, 216-924-8834. So, Ms. Armstead, let me ask you another question. What would be the benefit if most people understood about clove? What would be their benefit?
Well, I can say it's just, like I said, it's good for your digestive system. It really enhances men's libido. You can make a tea out of it.
That was my next question. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. So how many different ways can we use clove? And maybe we can even talk about another herb, ginger, later on.
Okay.
But I'm interested in clove. Is there any way, how do we use it?
You can make it with teas. You boil
Okay.
it. Lemons. That would be great. Sometimes people use garlic as well, too.
Okay. That's very interesting. Garlic is a very interesting herb because most people have it in their house and don't really know
how to use it.
what it's for. So I know for a fact I can say that garlic, my mom has always used it. Anytime we got sick, we would need like a bacterial infection from being out and being kids. My mother would always boil garlic and she would have us drink it straight down. And believe me, it has always did the job. It has always got rid of infections. So we never really had to go to the store for anything like that. Is that how you suggest garlic is used as as a tea, like you said.
Yeah, you can use it as tea, foods that you eat, salads and different other types of food too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Sure.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's very good for you. It's for high blood pressure.
Oh, really?
It's probably for same thing as brain and stuff like that.
Brain
Antioxidant,
activity.
Yes.
Yeah, we're interested in that too.
Yeah.
So, does the clove grow around these type of climates?
You can grow cloves.
Okay, so you can have a garden in the back, and we can start
Exactly.
actually a medicine chest in the backyard.
Okay,
just with
yes.
herbs.
Yes, you can.
Sounds like that's
Yes,
a good
you can.
idea.
There's actually over 100 herbs that you can use for different things.
Okay, yeah.
It's a bunch of them. I mean, like stuff that we probably never even heard of: basil, coriander. My bad. Calf and lime, lemongrass, turmeric, ginger, thyme. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Oregano is another one. Basil.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get down
I went
on
too fast.
a couple other ones. It's just
apologize.
the thing is that we're blessed to be in a world where the Creator has given us so many tools to help keep us in the right health, and we don't actually have enough people pushing it like it was back in the day when this is all we had, when Grandma used to go in the backyard.
Right.
So we need to realize that there's so much knowledge out here, not just in the grave, but just look around you and you can see. So let me ask about another herb. Let's talk about lavender. Do you know much about lavender? From what I can tell you, lavender is one of the main plants that I am looking forward to growing in abundance because it deals with depression. And our neighborhood and our community is leading in depression. Most relationships are strained because of it. And that lavender, have you ever made lavender tea?
My sister has.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I've heard it's for like Alzheimer's and stuff like that
Yes,
as well.
yes, yeah. And so that's a start, That's a start, knowing that green beans is good too, but they don't curb some of the anxieties. One of the 7 emotions that we have that we really need help with in communicating with our spouse and our job and our friends. And we need to be able to counteract these anxieties. And we know that mashed potatoes is not it. Greens is not it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say turnips now. I'll say turnips. I'll take a hit on the turnips.
Okay. Kale is good too.
And kale, yeah. So yeah, we do have greens that fit the description. And we'll talk about those too on another day. Hopefully you'll come back and talk with us again. So let's move on to another one. One of the things that people always want on their toast, but they don't understand how good it is and how good it is for us, is cinnamon. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is very, very diverse.
Yes, it is.
You'd be so surprised. I've seen people come from a long distance, and I'd see them snorting something. I always thought it was, what was that stuff that they used to snort to? Wait a minute, I'm trying to think of it. Xavier, give me some help.
Got me on that one. You're a little more old school than
What
me
is
for
that? What is
I
that?
don't
That
know.
they used to always some kind of stimulant.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. Ain't that something?
Wow.
I'm going CRS right about now. Okay.
I didn't
So
get that one. I'm
yeah,
gonna look that one up.
but cinnamon, you'd be surprised how it calms our inner body and gives our heart an opportunity to collect itself, especially in a situation where you're exerting yourself on a real high pace, real high scale. Cinnamon, I forgot what that was. Yeah, cinnamon is what I'm talking about, though. To be able to snort it. Well, not snort it like that. Not. I used the wrong word. Inhale it.
Okay.
It tends to break your immune system to the point where it collects itself and it rejuvenates itself, and it can actually stop a heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
You
really
already
good
know all these
news.
things because we've already
kinda
talked about
do,
them. Don't act
yeah.
like you. I don't
I
like you.
kinda
Just like I'm just saying something here. It's very important. So let's move on. One of the other herbs that we talk about is one of the ones that you mentioned, which is chamomile. Chamomile is very good. You know, I think I talked about chamomile like last week. It's an anxiety. It kind of curbs fear. It kind of turns fear into courage. It kind of makes that anxiety of fear relax. And so now when you do the chamomile, whatever was really putting you in a fearful position, now it decreases it. It makes you feel more comfortable with being in your skin. So have you ever drank chamomile?
Sure have. It's good for your skin too, just like you said.
Okay.
It really is.
Well, we all have skin problems. I know, you know what I mean? So, hey, we got to do what we got to do.
Of course.
That's true. Another one I think you mentioned was St. John's wort.
Oh,
Yeah, St. John's wort. I think
colds and stuff.
definitely. And
Nausea too, I think. As
yes,
well.
it does. Exactly. Yes, it does. Nausea, heartburn.
Yeah.
It's not like that commercial, nausea, heartburn, diarrhea. So, but it does. It does deal with nausea. With that. And one of the ways I like St. John's wort is the fact that if you're in a bad mood, if you're not, your day didn't go right. Let's say that you lost something. You lost your wallet. It had money in it, and it was a lot, and you lost it. You found out later that your best friend had it, and they didn't tell you that they had it. So you're in a mood right now. You're not feeling really good. Go get St. John's wort. We gotta listen to mom. And grandma would come and get you some St. John's wort immediately.
Grandma, I know about
You need to drink this before you go out here and do something. Okay? Because what that's gonna do is that's gonna raise your mood. It's going to increase your brain activity and give you an opportunity, just like something like being able to see through a kaleidoscope, and you'll see so many different other options that you have. Instead of lashing out and being aggressive, you would be more in the mindset of, let me see how I can handle this situation better.
Correct.
And that's what we need in the community, because we're struck with so much violence, and there's so many avenues for rejection and hurting and, pushing our people out and making them feel worse. And so we need that. We need to be able to build our mood up. That's good.
All the time.
Yes, all the time.
All the time.
Yes, very much. All right, let's talk about maybe just one more.
Okay.
I liked it. What is it, lemon balm?
Lemon balm?
Lemon balm. I remember we talked about lemon balm one day, and I think you were talking about how it removes the stress. Remember we were talking about stress?
Oh yeah.
And you said lemon balm was good, and lemongrass was good for that. You talked about that, and I remember you brought some lemongrass to the store to Following the Signs one day, and that's the first time I ever had an opportunity to inhale it, and I couldn't believe the rush that I got from it. It kind of like laid me down a little bit, made me relax. Yeah. Maybe we could take some of that and maybe we can grind it up and put it into a lotion.
That sounds great.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot out here.
Sounds great.
But if we can get it to the depressed areas in the community, if we can make it affordable, even less than affordable, if we can make it free so that people will have access to it.
And learn how.
Yeah, I think it would not just bridge the gaps that they're having in their mind, connecting their brain cells to cooperate with one another, but it will improve the communication. What do you think? I think
sounds great.
Yeah, I think it would
awesome.
Yeah, it would definitely improve the communication. So with that being said, so how do you maybe Miss Armistead, since like I said, we know you're renowned, you are a writer. Would you think that Following the Signs in the community can make a change?
Oh, I sure do. Thank you for having me too here.
You're very welcome.
Following the Signs.
Very welcome.
I love this. Sure. I think that we can start out like you said, helping people, showing them how to make it and what to do, what to grow, how to use it, and you can use it various ways. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Um, that'll be great. Probably get some of those people and start giving it out
Yes.
freely, as you said.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Yes.
And just teach them, and then just not only that, just
Well, you're right, Ms. Armistead. Teaching them is very important, and a lot of the people we're talking about don't quite have the ability to learn because maybe they've had strokes, or maybe they're just in a mental situation
Right.
because of the medication or the counterbalance
Or
of the
can't get to
chemicals
it,
in their
can't
minds.
show it,
Yeah.
take it
So
to 'em.
I don't just mean individuals that could pull their car up and get these herbs or these products with the herbs. I mean, getting it to the people that are walking down the street pushing a cart. Or here's a guy with nowhere to go, nowhere on the planet to go, but he's carrying like 6 bags. And I don't know,
Wow. Okay.
and I know that there's no soap in those bags.
Okay.
There's no lotion in those bags,
Correct.
And I do know that the aroma that comes from some of the herbs, maybe most of these herbs that we're talking about, just the aroma alone would open up an opportunity for them to see something in their minds. Because
Change.
that's what herbs do. That's how they correlate with our bodies and stimulate our bodies. Even Miss Armistead, I don't mean to get all over the place, but one time I was walking my pit bull and I'm walking through the field and all of a sudden my pit bull just took a ran and he ran over to a big pile of grass and just started eating it. And I know that this is a canine and all he eats is meat. Why would you be trying to pull grass up with them big teeth you have? And then it dawned on me, yeah. Well, actually, maybe he had a nauseation in his stomach,
True.
and he knew that, barking wasn't going to get you to get what he needed,
Okay.
so he had to be able to go and smell it out. But it's amazing how animals have not lost their ability to go to herbs to cure their need when they have a problem. Sometimes they would eat some grass or something and then lick a wound, and that could transfer over to the wound. So I don't mean to get all over the place, but
okay.
it's just that it's so important, and following the signs is dedicated and obligated, and our mission is clear. And once we stimulate some of the people in our community, and get them to see the direction that they can go in a healthy manner, and be able to communicate with their families and other people in the neighborhood better, just because of what they eat. It should be in our daily diet, and I don't know why it is that people don't think natural herbs are good for them. You see,
It's
people.
nice to be absorbent.
I think so. So, Ms. Armistead,
Yeah.
you are a wonderful person, and
you.
I've been
And so
knowing
are you,
you.
Mr. Lucky.
Oh, I thank you. I thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I must say, I have been knowing you, and I didn't mean to start this show off so rough, but I was looking over there at you, and I kind of got a little spellbound a little bit. So, I got a little clumsy. But listen, here's what I wanted to say to you. I need you to stay on my back. I need you to keep being the inspiration that you are and that you've always have been, and help if you see that I can do more, because a lot of times some people, they don't do more. They try to do less. Some people think that they do too much if they try to do something
I know
instead
we've
of
had
finishing it out.
Very long conversations all the time.
We have had very long conversations about where we were going with this.
amazing.
Yes, it's been a long time. Since 2019?
Phew, before that.
Yeah, before that.
I remember you're on Broadway too.
Oh yeah,
That's been way back there.
yeah. I've been around, but when I started following the signs, I brought it to you, and since 2019, I've been bringing. Every time I would see you, I would say, "Hey, could listen to this, listen to this," and so it's been an ongoing developing program, and now I think it's finally getting into the stages of what we can do and what we can't do, and finding people to communicate with is really where I am. I say again, anyone out there listening to my voice, any individual, I invite you to have a discussion with me by phone or in person on the topic, any topic pertaining to natural herbs and the healing effect it has on mental illness. I am open for any conversation with that. You just give me a call, 216-924-8834. And I'm open. I would love to hear from you. So like I say, we are here at the Beautiful Blot Podcast Network, and we are talking live here. I am speaking with Mrs. Benita Armistead.
Correct.
And she's been enlightening us to her knowledge of herbs. So just one last thing. When you go into the store and buy something like ginger, is it okay to just buy it raw like that?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
You can grow it as well too at
Okay.
your own house, or
Yeah.
you can put in pots.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a little research on herbs, and I found out that on ginger, and I found out that it can grow in this cold climate. So you're absolutely right, Ms. Armistead. So we're going to get us some ginger, because we're growing so many different plants right now. I hardly know the names of all of them. Matter of fact, we
Good
just
for
got a
you.
couple new ones.
I'm kind of like, oh my goodness.
Yep, we just got a couple new ones in, and so I'm always amazed at the development that the plants make. I'm always amazed at the development of the strength that herbs have, and they're very, very strong.
They're good for you. A lot of people don't like change. When you change, like changing a diet, people don't like that. Change direction, people don't like that. But I think really people need to pay attention to herbs and spices.
I think so.
And it really helps your body a whole great deal.
I think so. I think a lot of people didn't get COVID because they automatically ran to herbs, and they found refuge in herbs, and they found out how it takes those bad viruses out of your body. People say there's no cure for a virus. Sure, it's a cure for a virus. It's a cure for everything.
Okay.
And it's out here. And so that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to get involved with
I
that.
was scared I was going to get COVID, but I didn't never have COVID. But I did take the COVID test. I took 2.
Yes? Oh, that's
I
great.
didn't take the booster yet, though.
Okay. That's great. All right. So as I always say in closing, remember, our success and failure in our community and in our life hinges on winning and losing. We tend to believe that our community will make us better people and happier, but we're finding out daily that that is not the case. We make ourselves better, and the community benefits from that. We can never believe that we'll fall into a situation in our community that winning is all that matters. Just for the sake of our community, that isn't true. Winning only gives us the sign that on that given day, at those certain conditions, we did exceptionally well. So in closing, I say, let's not think that all that matters is winning, and that winning is an all the time occurrence. We give ourselves the ability to choose when we've won and when we need to go back to the drawing board and try to win again.
Say that.
So in closing, I'd like to say thank you. I'm going to talk again with Mrs. Armistead for one. I have one more question for her. How's the family?
They're great.
Okay.
I have one of my second grandbaby. She just went to Kent State.
Really?
Gave her a trunk party.
Oh, really?
Her name is Amaya.
Oh,
and as a matter
go ahead,
of
shout out.
Hi, Amaya. And my grandson, he's in football. He plays at Edwards, St. Edwards.
St. Ed?
Yes, St.
Oh,
Edwards.
he's good.
Yeah,
He's good. I see we're counting down. So that's
Okay.
great, isn't
and
it?
my oldest grandchild.
Okay.
She's studying to be a lawyer. Her name is Joy.
You know that?
And my grandson's name is Amir.
Amir.
And I have a great grandson now. He's like
Goodness.
9 months.
Wow.
Well, 10 months. He'll be 10 months, 10-1.
Okay.
Born December the 1st.
Oh, great.
My daughter, she's doing well.
So you have a lot to be proud of.
Sure, I do. Oh,
a beautiful
yeah.
thing.
And let me mention about my book.
Come on.
And as far as my trunk baby who went to college to Kent State, she the one who helped me. She helped me read my little book. She read it for me, and then we named it Growth because she.
Grow is the name of the book. Growth. Okay.
Then we were talking about these herbs and spices and stuff. Yes, indeed.
So thank you, Miss Armistead, and hopefully we'll be talking again.
Sure can.
Welcome again to Following the
Anytime.
Signs. Thanks for having us